seen? I told you we must be quiet.
It's not me.
Then what is it? Where's it coming from?
did it!
My God. Come on, we must get out of here. Quickly, this way.
Where are you going? The water tunnels are this
We'll be
way.
crawling with those things. I'm sorry, but your friends are dead. There's no way they could survive down there, and neither can we. We must get to the tram station. What were you and your friends doing on board the Ishimura? I thought there was a no-fly order.
Don't you know? This is all happening on the colony too.
Oh dear.
Okay, that thing was a chore. Now, if you didn't watch my first Dead Space Extraction video, then you don't know that between this boss fight and that one, we ended up getting a brand new main character. This lady that eventually shot the Necromorph brute to pieces was one of the doctors on the Ishimura station that was trying to salvage the operations, inform others about the outbreak, and eventually evacuate after she got split up when the urchin attacked the main character's group. She did end up evacuating after that with a couple of guns apparently, since an alien monster half the size of a football field is the official sign that the situation has become impossible to salvage. But before she and her new friend can do that, she has to deal with the Ex Machina fairy over there, also known as the Necromorph brute, a quote-unquote normal enemy given the boss treatment, and man was it a fun time. There was no measuring the amount of badassery that there is to this encounter when you realize that the one fighting this alien behemoth is a PhD with no combat training. The amount of running and quick cuts as the doctor darts around the room to take pot shots and avoid the brute's aggressive punches makes this one of the most intense boss battles I've had in a while. And this boss fight could have won all the points in my scoring system and been the high point of the entire deal in spite of being fought by a main character we can control in all of one mission, if it wasn't for that last part where its weak point is finally exposed. Again, like the urchin, Dead Space Extraction doesn't tell the player what they are supposed to be doing to kill the boss they're fighting. Yeah, I know that its back is its weak point, but the problem is, hypothetical commentator, that the Necromorph brute never turns around in this fight, so you end up just taking high pot shots at its face, hoping that you are somehow doing damage to the right spot. Eventually it works, but then you have to deal with the final stretch. The idea of this part at the end was that the doctor was supposed to grab the brute's projectiles with her anti-gravity and slam them back at his gormless face. But since Extraction is so full of user hatred that it makes you think you can keep going what you did before to win the fight until you start realizing slowly that it's not working, and then you start chucking out every idea you think of until you accidentally start grabbing its projectiles, which is something that the game has never told you can do as a combat tactic, which it damn well should have, because that could have saved me a ton of trouble in other situations beyond this one. Look guys, if you want that delicious top of the top marks and perfect scores, you need to have zero fuck-ups. And while the brute Necromorph was fun for 85% of his encounter, that last bit ended up pissing away all the goodwill it had, and that's just sad and a waste of potential. And good corpses, that too.